All right. Hello, Facebook. We're live again, second time today, this time with the camera facing the right way. We went live earlier. We're announcing Lev joining our team.
Yeah,
and
it's big.
Yeah, it was a big announcement. One of our cameras was facing the wrong way, but that's what happens when you go live, right? So anyway, right now, what I want to talk about is I want to introduce EXP's newest staff member.
Yes.
Right, Gary 18. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to be, I guess, being hired by EXP Realty as their compliance payment specialist.
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
It's first week.
So for training, ask you, Gary. You transitioned your entire brokerage over to EXP Realty. It was fairly recent that you've gone through this transition. You sell real estate here or there, right? You've got a lot on your plate. Why apply for a position, on staff with EXP Realty?
Yeah, the wife always says that I'm always taking a lot on, which in turn she takes a lot on. But I wanted to be on the forefront. There's so many things coming down the pipeline with EXP and so many new things, and I wanted to be there when it came down to not just benefit my team, but us as a group. Mm-hmm. That's why as a broker, I used to join the MLS boards and local affiliates, because you want to be on the forefront when things are coming. And if I'm on the inside hearing it come in and maybe having a way to get to information before it gets out there,
just to kind of be a couple chapters
ahead.
Yeah,
a couple chapters ahead. Yeah. I think that's the only way we could really learn and help our people, to be experts and be a couple chapters ahead.
Okay, so what is this position? What is a compliance payment specialist?
Basically, it's similar to a transaction coordinator, as a regular brokerage, but a little bit more expanded. So I'm helping the broker from file to open to close. Same thing I was doing as a brokerage, making sure that in compliance, no errors and omissions, liability on the broker side, making sure, Kim and Matt are great. They're the brokers for New York. So I'm basically another eyes and ears for them to make sure these files are good, people get paid out quickly. Okay. Everyone wants to get paid out quickly, Right. So basically go through as many files as I can just to make sure they're in the coordinates to DOS and everything else, right, and get them out.
I really like the fact that that EXP it's probably the most compliant real estate office that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. They're very strict with the paperwork, what's necessary from the agents, but I think that the agents catch on very quickly. They get used to it.
Yeah.
But how's the back end flow? How does it all work? Because it's all paperless, isn't it?
All paperless. We get to see everything to make sure they're in coordinate with our agents. I think that's the biggest key, is really as fast as the agents put things in, as fast as we could get it cleared. Not waiting for it to get into contract. You get that listing, throw that listing paperwork up in there, start that transaction in there. So that's going to be my job, really, to make it smoother so they can all get paid out.
Nice.
Maybe even implement an orientation. So yes, we have trainings with the avatar, but get that live training on getting them used to the system.
You think you're going to be one of EXP's favorite staff members, or are you going to be because compliance, it doesn't sound like
it's never fun saying no, you're not getting a check yet. No, you're not getting a check yet.
Right.
But I think if like I said, to make everything fun, even as on the broker side, having an office, everybody wants to get paid, but you really want to make sure everything's in compliance. So right. Same issue. As long as you're on, communicating and ahead of time, rather than waiting for the file to be like, oh, you're not getting paid. Right. I think people appreciate.
I think that's really cool that EXP reviews the documents way ahead of the closing date, right? Because as a broker, a lot of times when we get the file, it's kind of all the way towards the end.
Yeah, we're about to close.
We're about to close, and we've got all the documents here, and then we have to say, okay, you're missing this, and this, right?
Yeah. With this, we get a lot ahead of time, and that's why it's communication. The agents have to be on board and getting stuff in early. You know,
Okay.
be diligent, get stuff in early, get stuff in as fast as you can, as early as you can, so we can see what you're missing before you get to that point. You know, but I love it.
So what was the kind of the application process like?
The application was pretty simple. You know, do the resume. The interview, you know, I had about 3 interviews. You know, even if it's through the world, it's still interview type. You know, it's like you're still the last interviews with 2 brokers, supervisor, HR. So you got to make sure your avatar is facing the right way and paying attention. You know, so you know, make sure there's no noise in the background. So I think it's even more intense than just. But you know, like I said, they just want to make sure that they're getting the right people. You know, and which I respect that as a lot.
Yeah, I heard there's a lot of to because these jobs are in high demand, right?
Yeah.
So hundreds of applicants apply.
Yeah.
And we're able to recommend people as well.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool because a lot of the people that we have been recommending have
get the job.
You know, they have actually got jobs, right?
Yeah. And now there's a referral program, so you could refer somebody in and get paid out for referring somebody.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't get my payment.
Yeah. I gotta check when you send that in.
I gotta check. So interview process you've got. So what is it like to work for EXP Realty? I mean, it's a salaried position. And
salary, full time. You know, the hardest thing in real estate and all independent contractors is really getting a steady paycheck, right? It's getting you know, as many deals as you get on a regular basis. You know, you don't know when that next deal may be coming for sure. You know, and that's another good thing. You know, it's hourly, but it's paid out bi-weekly. You know, you get benefits, healthcare, which we're getting as agents, but now I'm getting it out of my salary, not out of my commission. Right. You know, so it's also better. You know, and another perk is, you know, the $85 monthly gets waived for being an employee now, which is also good.
Yeah, it's not much, but it's
not
good.
Much. Everything adds up. You know, laptop, nice computer, equipment. You know, so it does. You know, like I said, give you flexibility to do other things. You know.
Yeah. So you're still able to go out there and transact real estate.
Yeah, definitely. You know,
keep your license, all that good stuff.
You know, actually they require you make sure you have your license. If you have a license, make sure it's in, and so you can enjoy the perks of being an agent and an employee at the same time. You know, you should be. So
you could still participate in the stock.
Yeah,
the rev share.
Rev shares. I can even have stock from my salary, purchasing stocks through that as well.
Wow.
5%. You know. So that 401k, 3% match. So a lot of good things that's out there.
They were actually rated. EXP Realty was rated by Glassdoor.
Yeah.
As what
best place to work. One of the best places to work.
Wow.
Yeah, and I feel it. You know, even through the week of training. You know, today in the avatar, I had my red hair, my horns up for a Halloween theme, and you know, I learned a lot of different dances. You know. A lot of different avatar dances, what I'm going to do in the next meeting, so we could take a look. And even today, learning about Jason taking over, you know, a bigger role for Glenn, and you know, knowing that before it's out there for everybody else. That's things I want to be a part of. I want to know and just be there. You know.
So you are the second person that we announced. As you know, that became part of staff. With EXP, and I think it's so cool. Antonetta, also another one that we recommended for the position, and she was able to land the position. I think it's really it's such a value for us to have you there working for us, because you know us as well, and you're not only working for us, right? You're doing all of the state of New York, correct?
State of New York. The state of New York, you know, it's, you know, like I said, you know, I hold it in high regard. Like it would be my brokerage. You know, as many agents as you have, you know, integrity is really important, and just really getting everybody to get paid out as quickly as possible. You know, everybody works so hard to get that check, and you want it in that account as quick as possible. You know,
how do you think we have enough staff currently?
I think, you know, the volume we're growing, which is a good thing, that we're going to need more, and we're always going to need more. I think there's some open positions, about 17 open positions throughout the whole company, a couple managing brokers throughout the whole, about 6 of them, Massachusetts and upstate. So there's a lot of opportunities for everybody to join. I know we're going to expand even more as fast as we're growing. Earlier this year, we were at 200 count agents. Now we're over 600, over 650.
Wow.
So that's just in New York, and so like Texas has 7 managing brokers, so it's gonna blow up, and I think that's why we're getting everybody, the foundations, getting people like myself, like Antonetta, involved and engaged, and it's just gonna grow from here.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so, if you said there's how many positions available currently with EXP?
17. Last time I checked, 17. There's a couple in New York has a admin position available. Which they help people onboarding, which, we have so many people coming on board. There's always need for that, There's a managing brokers position throughout the country. There's, tech support. So you got, there's so ample opportunities, The greatest part is that I could have a cup of coffee and be at work. There's no reason to be late. You're
right. It's funny. You met us after work, after a full day of training, right?
Yeah. Yesterday.
And yesterday we were at an event. I think it was out in Bayside Queens or something like that, and it was close to your house, right?
Yeah. It was 5 minutes from my house. Clocked out at 6:30, and I was there to be able to still do my events and still, participate and not feel like I'm missing anything and get paid for the day. And, so, you don't, I think we're so used to being on our own, the adjustment of working is not much because usually I'm working that time anyway. Now I'm just working on something else, working on deals anyway, but now I'm working on the organization deals, for everybody, not just for my brokerage,
Really cool.
So
if somebody wanted to apply for one of these positions, could they reach out to you and say, hey, what's open and
of course.
Tell me what the interview process is like. Take a look at my resume.
Yeah, like I said, it's we're so like a glass door. Basically, everyone helps each other. It was like that on the agent side, and it's definitely like that on the employee side. Liz is a great trainer. She helped us a lot. Sharing her files, her documents, her all her slides, ideas, what to bring to New York and stuff like that. So I'm excited about it. And whoever wants advice or how's it really, call me, text me, message me through Facebook. I'll be tagged on here. It's a great opportunity. I think, the most important thing is the growth possibilities.
Yes. I really think it's awesome.
I think it's awesome. I think it's a good thing. Hopefully, next year I could be in another role helping you even more so,
I just hope I don't see less of you because you took this position.
No, not even more. Now you'll see me more, at least more in the world. You see a lot more of me in the world, You'll see a lot more.
All right, Gary, congrats.
Thank you, my friend.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.